Okay, so this is what you need in order. The order is from a new gym goer to a more advanced lifter. Number one, lifting belt. This is a non negotiable. I've had my lifting belt for 4 years now, I think. I got it right when I started lifting. This is because a lot of beginners will have just super crappy form. And by using a lifting belt, you're actually able to reduce injury when you're still working on your form. So you should be wearing it no matter if you're squatting 100 pounds or whatever. Obviously, get the form down and don't replace it for crappy form. You can't throw on a belt and just think I can do 1,000,000 pounds now and just have the shittiest form. It doesn't work like that. You need to have good core engagement and proper technique, but it is very essential. It really minimizes the risk of injury. I use it for squats, RDLs, hack squats. I'll use it for bench press. I'll use it for shoulder press, anything with a lot of pressure on the lower back. Or if the back is bending in a weird way, like an RDL, you're leaning over, so you need that lower back support. Again, guys, when you're using a lifting belt, you want to brace. Okay, that means take a deep breath and push out your stomach and engage your core, almost like you're squeezing your abs, but don't squeeze your abs in, squeeze them out. Okay, push them into the belt, make that tight force, the intra-abdominal pressure right there. Guys, make that pressure and brace before you do exercises when you're using a lifting belt. Cool. Lifting straps definitely should have even for beginners. This is because I found that my wrist strength has always been a limiting factor, especially for hamstrings and back. I use it solely just for hamstrings and back. People can use it for other exercises, maybe shoulders. I've not necessarily had to use it for shoulders, but yeah, lifting straps can definitely make it easier to go to failure, considering that you won't fail due to your wrists first. Knee sleeves, this is for a more advanced lifters. Guys, the thing about knee sleeves is you need to know the form and be able to perform the exercise properly before you put on knee sleeves. I would not go and invest $100 in knee sleeves if I haven't been lifting for at least a year, right? Get the form down, be able to squat heavy weight. And when you're new to the gym, you don't need them because you're not lifting that heavy of weight. So your joints aren't going to get, or your knees aren't going to necessarily get injured because you don't have that much weight on your back. But once you start putting 3 plates plus, it's very helpful. And it helps you go to failure as well. So more activation in the quads. Wrist wraps. They're helpful, but they're only pretty much for advanced lifters. If you're not benching 200 pounds to 225, you don't necessarily need them. Get the form down, know how to properly do the exercise. If you find that your wrists are slipping or you can't really hold them up straight, use them, but do not replace it for, again, shitty form. Okay? And lastly, we have elbow wraps. This is only for advanced lifters. You should only be using elbow wraps if you're benching 315 plus. This is because a lot of elbow pain can actually come from just the increase in pressure, especially when you're at the lowest point of the movement, especially on the bench press. So by having elbow wraps, you really minimize the time spent at the lowest part of the movement. And it also increases your bench press significantly. So if that is something you guys are invested in, then definitely go and buy elbow wraps, but they are pretty expensive. And then I'll be going over do not buy in the next video.